Love that. Hello, beautiful. In this video, we're going to be looking at the new Pat McGrath blush and highlight palette. This is the new Pat McGrath Divine Cheek and Glow Face Palette. In this video, I'm going to be trying out all of the 4 shades as well as the highlight, and hopefully be able to let you know if getting this palette or any of the blushes or highlight is worth it. I will also be doing a full day's wear test, so make sure to stay until the end of this video. The Divine Blush and Glow Cheek Palette is a part of the Holiday 2022 collection and the Celestial Nirvana collection, with the exception of some of the eyeshadows and individual blushes. So I already went ahead and opened up the Pat McGrath palette. The outside packaging that it comes in is like identical to the package. I will say this is the first time I'm trying any of Pat McGrath's, I would say, powdered products. I have high expectations for these blushes. I've always wanted to try her powdered products, her eyeshadows, but it's really pricey. I am super excited to be trying out these blushes, and I think this is just a perfect way to try out a few of her products. I might be one of the few who actually loves the idea of this cardboard because it's so easy to open and just be on the go. If anything, I wish that this mirror folded back. I did not think that the cardboard was going to be this sturdy and this thick. It basically feels like a book cover, but even more sturdier than that. So although it is cardboard, it's still good material. Like, this is really thick. This has got some weight to it. Let's go ahead and try out these blushes. I am super excited because when I was swatching them, they felt like pure satin. So let's go ahead and try them out. This is the new Pat McGrath Divine Blush and Glow Face Palette in Nude Venus. This palette comes in 2 variations, Nude Venus and Divine Rose. Each palette contains 4 blushes and 1 highlight with demi-matte and satin pearl finishes. It retails for $64 and you can get it on the Sephora or Pat McGrath website. You can also click the link in my bio. Each blush is 0.42 ounces or 4 grams. The original blushes are $39 each and contain 0.34 ounces or 9.7 grams. Every blush is free of parabens, sulfate, and is cruelty-free. The blushes are a pressed powder formula that feel petal soft and feather-light with a silk velvet finish. Coverage is medium and buildable, and every shade is suitable for all skin tones. Alright, we're gonna go in, and I'm just gonna go in the order of the palettes. First, gonna go in with the color Desert Orchid. Desert Orchid is a bronze rose satin pearl. Just gonna use the mirror that comes with the palette because the mirror is huge and I love it. Okay, this multi-dimension, love that. This one is like a highlighter and a blush mixed in one. Love it. Have not seen many other blushes look like this. I love it on first swipe. I just might like this blush better than Patrick Ta. This formula, it can't get any better than this. By the way, I'm going in with a Morphe. This is a Morphe blush brush and it's one of my favorite blush brushes. Obviously, apply more. She mentions using these blushes as contour. She doesn't even mention using them as blushes. With that said, I am using this more as like a contour, so I am dragging it up to my ear, to the top of my ear. This is going to basically like lift the face up a little bit, but I can kind of see why she would suggest using it as a contour because it's also acting as like a highlight. So we don't put highlights, on our cheeks. We put it on the upper portion of our cheek right here. So I think that's probably why she mentions to use it more as like a contour. And I'm gonna go in with another one of my favorite blush brushes. This is a brush I used to use all the time. This is the Sigma Dual Fiber Brush. I like using this to blend out any harsh lines of my blush. Definitely think this works for any complexion. It's pretty pigmented and buildable too. Like, it's gonna get deeper the more I apply. I absolutely love this one. I need to move on. This is how you could tell that I really love something. If I talk about it a little bit too long, it means I'm in love. I'm gonna try the second one. This is Nude Venus. This is what the entire palette is called, Nude Venus. And Nude Venus is a peachy pink satin. Peachy pink, that's gonna work on any complexion, but let's see how deep this one is. This one is more interesting. This one does not have a highlight. It's still got like a little bit of a metallic going on. You know what these remind me of? They kind of remind me of the Clinique blushes. This blush and this shade is not that different. I think you could find this in other blushes. Like I said, the Clinique one. Yeah, it's very similar. And it also has that like metallic-y kind of look to it. And that's why I don't gravitate towards it too much, because it has that metallic-y look to it. But this one is not as strong, and definitely something that I could wear for any look. The Clinique one is a little bit stronger, and the NARS, famous NARS Orgasm. Let's see. Oh, it's, yeah, pretty much similar shade. It's got like 50% blush, 50% glitter highlight. I can't wear that all the time because of how much glitter it has, but this one, it's like a true metallic as opposed to like a glitter or a highlight. So I like it. I like it better than the other two. I'm gonna go just a little bit underneath, especially because she said that you can use the deeper shades as like a contour. So I'm gonna try to do that. I'm gonna take this third shade, which is Divine Rose 3, which is a coral rose demi matte. I usually don't go for corals. See, this is why I don't do corals, because they don't really show up very well. And I'm gonna blend it upward so it acts as more of a contour. That's probably my least favorite shade. Let's go ahead and use the last shade, which I'm super excited for, and this is Paradise Venus. Paradise Venus is a terracotta demi matte, and I love terracotta. I love terracotta lipstick, eyeshadow, blush. I wonder if there's any Pat McGrath product that people don't like. I also have Pat McGrath concealer. I use that to highlight underneath my eyebrows, and I love it. Okay, I'm really excited for this one. This one has a lot of fallout though. I do it. I love this. Oh my, I love this color. You really can use that as a contour. That is beautiful. I know it's really dramatic on my cheek right now, but I'm just doing that to, you know, emphasize the color and let you see what the color looks like. I love it. I would say this is one of the most normal blushes, along with the coral shade on this side. Like, nothing really different, but I just loved how I was able to use that as contour. In fact, I'll try applying some of that on my nose. One of the things I don't like about this palette is when it's closed, sometimes I don't know like which side I'm supposed to, like, is the opening. You have to like look really closely. You can't do it with like your eyes closed. And also it's not that easy to open. So I'm a little bugged by that. And like I said, I wish the flap would fold all the way back, but it's okay. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade again, and I'm gonna try to use that as like a nose contour. Oh, I'm in love with this. Again, I went a little crazy. I think I didn't mean to, but I had a little bit too much on my brush. But it also just goes to show just how pigmented these blushes are, so be careful. And again, I could see why Pat McGrath says it's for every complexion, because you can really deepen up these blushes. And again, feels so soft, so smooth like butter. I've got different things going on my face right now, but it's blending in quite well with my eyeshadow. And I love multitaskers. I love things to be easy. So if all these blush shades could go with any eye look that I do, this just might be one of my favorite makeup products of 2022. Now, what I'm really excited for is the highlight, because I did swatch it and it looked amazing. You to think that Pat McGrath would get her highlights right, because those metallic-y shadows that I've never worn but I've only seen. This is okay. Again, a lot of fallout in the highlight section. Don't really like that. The highlight is really big. The highlight is really big. But you know what? I do use a lot of highlight. I use highlight in the inner corners of my eyes every single time, and every chance I get, I will use highlight. So I don't know. Is it okay that it's this big? I don't know. Whoa. Love that. Okay, so it works well. Oh my god, this is so pigmented. I love it. Oh my, ormei. Wow. Okay, that's my favorite inner corner highlight. Favorite inner corner highlight. I also love to use this highlight everywhere else, but it's just perfect in the inner corners. This is the Becca Cosmetics, which isn't Becca Cosmetics. They don't sell this anymore, right? This is the Becca Cosmetics in Opal. Almost identical, but this Pat McGrath one is better. It's more striking, easier to work with. It's like one swipe, good to go. I've tried so many different highlights and I haven't been able to find one that replaces my Becca Cosmetics highlight, but I have found one. So in case you are also looking for the Becca Cosmetics highlight in Opal, go ahead and pick up the Pat McGrath highlight in Sunset Nectar. I love that. Oh, it honestly, Pat McGrath must be like the mother of powders, blushes, and eyeshadows. I need to try her eyeshadows now. This is the Sigma highlighting brush. It's a really good highlight brush. If you're not good at doing highlight like me a long time ago, just pick up this brush because brushes matter a lot. This, not that I even need it, but wow. Oh, wow. No words. Again, if you are looking for a Becca Cosmetics replacement, I mean, we're gonna have to check the prices. Hopefully it's not. I kind of dragged it down or something it up. Oh, and it blends. Blends wonderfully. Possibly best highlight of forever for me. Oh. And it's so easy to work with. Like you saw, I only did like one swipe and then boom. Oh my god, and it's really pigmented. Don't apply too much. A little bit goes a long way. You're gonna have this highlight, my friends. If you get this, you're gonna have it for a really long time. If all of our highlights, I mean any of our highlights, like you're gonna have the highlight for a really long time because I only have to do one sweep. Like a little bit goes a long way. Like watch that. Oh my god, that's beautiful. It almost just like it blends on its own. This part here, I always make the mistake of making the line too thick. Pop a little bit right here on my chin. And that's pretty much everywhere I would do my highlight. Absolutely love it. Do I think that this palette is worth it? No. Do I think her blushes and highlighters are worth it? 100% yes. I haven't heard a lot of people talk about her blushes and her highlights, and everyone just talked about the eyeshadows, but the blushes are phenomenal. Definitely innovative because, like I said, it's like a metallic-y look. A lot of people have come up with blushes that look like a highlight or that have a little bit of glitter or glisten or whatever, but this one of the shades was a true just metallic-y shade, which I've never seen before. And the first shade that I tried, which is probably my favorite, Bronze Rose Satin Pearl. I think that's a perfect way to describe it. Hands down, probably not hands down, but probably one of my favorite shades from that palette, because that one to me was a little bit more on the unique, innovative side. I've seen other blushes give you that highlight, but just hits differently. So yeah, I do think this is absolutely worth it. We've got $62 for this entire palette. Do I think that is worth it? Absolutely. Like, I don't know, maybe I would pay a little bit more for this palette, but here's why I think that it's worth it and why I think that the price is okay, in my opinion, is that it's, you know, travel friendly, obviously, but all four of the colors can be paired with many different looks. And also, you can go for night out on the town look, or you can go for a minimal everyday look. So you have just your regular blushes, no shimmers, no metallics, like neutral nude colors, so you can wear them every single day and probably pair them with most of your looks. And then you also have your going out looks, which would be like the highlight blush or the metallic-y blush. So this is definitely a palette that you can bring with you on any travel and not have to worry about whether or not it's going to work out for you. the highlight, you get so much. If you're looking at like how much of a product you get, the highlight is an absolute steal. I think the highlight itself should be worth $62. That's just my opinion, because of the other highlights I've tried, especially from Laura Mercier. They're pricey as well, but this is the best highlight that I've ever tried. So I think the highlight in itself, again, is probably worth $62. I think this whole set is a steal. I think it's really great. I don't have any cons about the price, other than maybe that, yeah, the packaging could have been a little bit nicer, but at the end of the day, it's not a problem for me with the packaging. Buildable, blendable, if you use the right brush, I'm sure. And I'm just shocked at how well it went with my eye look. You can also blend the colors together and get even more looks. This is crazy. Lots of stuff you could do with this palette. Definitely one of my favorite products of 2022. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And that's actually, no, I'm gonna have to come back and let you know how long lasting this is. So let's give this like a few hours and see how the blush looks at the end. Okay, we are about roughly 4 hours in now. This is what we're looking like, and I actually haven't checked it this whole time, so let's go ahead, see how it's turning out. Clearly the nose blush is still there. Yeah, it doesn't seem to have faded at all, and it's still going on strong. So that's going to be it for this review. Make sure to subscribe to this channel if you are into newly released makeup reviews, because that's what we do over here. And also feel free to hit the like button if you found that this video was helpful or you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you in another one. Bye!